Good morning, dear students. So, today we are going to start our next chapter, that is our environment. So, first of all, we have to know what is the meaning of environment. Environment is actually everything that's around us, everything that is present around us is our environment. It includes both living and non living components. You know that in our surroundings, both living, for example, different type of plants and different type of animals are present, and also non-living things, non-living components, you can say about water, temperature and many other things. Okay, so interaction between these biotic and abiotic components forms an ecosystem. You know that all the living organism and all the non-living organism both are dependent on each other, so the interaction between these biotic and abiotic components forms an ecosystem. In an ecosystem, living components depend on each other for their food, which gives rise to food chain and food web in nature. What happened in an ecosystem? That one living organism depends on other living organism for their food. For example, we depends on plants for our food, and similarly many herbivorous animals, carnivorous animals, everybody is dependent on other living organism for their food, and due to which food chains and food webs are formed, which we discussed later on. Human activities lead to environmental problems such as depletion of ozone layer and production of huge amount of garbage. You know that human activities nowadays are very harmful for the environment because it leads to the depletion of ozone layer, and also it produces huge amount of garbage. So in this chapter we have to learn about the ecosystem and the interactions between living and non-living components, food chain and food webs, and about depletion of ozone layer and production of huge amount of garbage. How can we use that garbage for our useful processes, for the, you can say, for the soil replenishment also. So let us start. First of all, that is ecosystem. All the interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituents of the environment forms an ecosystem. Means in a particular area, all the living and non-living organism, non-living constituents, you can say, that forms an ecosystem. For example, forest and pond. How? Now, as you know that in ponds many animals are present, small animals are present, large fishes are present, small fishes are present, and you can also say that aquatic plants are also present there. Water is also present in the pond, oxygen is also dissolved there. So we can say that all the living and non-living components depends on each other. It doesn't require anything from the outside. So it is the environment. Let us study again. All the interacting organism in a particular area together with the non-living constituents of the environment form an ecosystem. Forest is also an ecosystem, pond is also an ecosystem. Now ecosystem is of two types, natural and artificial. Naturally means the ecosystem which is present naturally. For example, pond, the ecosystem which exists in nature on its own, that is forest, lake, ocean. These are the natural ecosystems. And artificial ecosystem means man-made ecosystem. The ecosystem which is made by the man is known as artificial ecosystem. For example, crop field, aquarium, garden. These are the examples of artificial ecosystem. Now what are the components of an ecosystem? Ecosystem mainly have two components, abiotic and biotic. Abiotic components includes air, water and land, and biotic components includes all types of plants and animals. Now the biotic components means living components are of three types: producers, consumers and decomposers. Depending upon the food intake, they are divided into three parts: producers, consumers and decomposers. As you know, producers are the organisms which prepare their own food, and consumers are the organisms which depends on plants directly or indirectly. Okay, that are known as consumers. And consumers are of four types: herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and parasite. Herbivores, these are the animals which eat only plants, that is known as herbivores. For example, deer, grasshopper. Now what is carnivore? Carnivores are those animals which eat on herbivores, means it directly doesn't intake the plants but it depends on the herbivore. But you can say that carnivores are also depend on the plants for their food indirectly, not directly but indirectly. Omnivorous, these are the animals which eat food, which eat plants as well as animals, means these are both herbivore as well as carnivore. And parasite are those organisms which depend on other living organisms for their food but without killing them. You see many examples of parasite already in the chapter life process. For example, Casquita, Amarbale, these are the examples of parasite, means they doesn't prepare their own food, they depend on other living organism for the food. Next one category is decomposer. What is decomposers? These are the organisms which decompose the dead remains of plants and animals that is present on the earth. So decomposers has a very major role in the process of soil replenishment, because what happens when any animal or any plant dies, decomposers decompose the dead bodies, and after that the minerals are sent into the soil. Okay, so due to which the soil replenishment process takes place. So it has very major role in cleaning of the environment and also soil replenishment. So let us study about the abiotic components. All the living, non-living components like air, water, land, light, temperature, etc. These forms the abiotic component. Now let us study about biotic components. All the living components such as plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, etc. These forms the biotic components on the basis of nutrition, means how the organism obtain its food. Basic components, biotic components are further divided into producers. Producers means all green plants and blue green algae. You know that blue green algae can prepare its own food, can produce their own food using abiotic components for with the help of process photosynthesis. So they are called as producers. What are the abiotic components which is used by the plants? Water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. Okay, now consumers include all animals which depends on producers either directly or indirectly, as I told you, for their food. Now division of consumers are divided into four categories. Herbivores are plant eaters which eats on the plant, for example goat and deer. Next one is carnivores. Carnivores are flesh eaters. Flesh eaters means which eat other animals for their food, example tiger, crocodile, etc. Next one is omnivores. Omnivores, these are the animals which eat both plants as well as animals, for example human beings. Human being is omnivorous, as you know. Now parasite is the organism which live on the body of host and take food from the living organism but without killing them. This is a very important point. Example lice and bugs. You know that many lice and bugs are present on dogs, cats, etc. And Casquita, this is the plant which depends on other plant for their food. Now last one is the decomposer. Decomposer include organisms which decompose the dead plants and animals. As I told you that they help in the cleaning of environment. Example bacteria and fungi. This help in the replenishment of natural resources as well as in the cleaning of environment. So this is about the ecosystem, which is of two type, natural and artificial, and these are the components of ecosystem. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about the food chain and food web. Thank you.